Folks, we have a lot of companies to break down in this video and a lot of stock charts to look at, so let's just dive right into it, starting off with stock number one, which is Nike. And you guys can see right off the bat, Nike's taken a bit of a beating over the past couple of weeks. It started off the month at about $131 in the beginning of February. I don't know when you guys are watching this, but right now it's the end of February, so about 3 weeks ago it was $131. Now it's at $118 as the stock pretty much has downtrended all month. In other words, it is down about 10%, putting it right on the cusp of correction territory. I don't know if you guys know, but if a stock goes down, let's say 10% from its recent high, that puts it in a correction territory. If it goes down 20% or more, that puts a stock or an index or an ETF in bear market territory. So keep that in mind. It's not in a bear market yet, but it's in correction territory. Actually, it might be in a bear market. What's the all-time high on Nike? I forget, actually. Let me look here. 179. Now it's at 118. So yeah, I mean, it's still in a bear market if we're looking at where it was, about a year and a half ago. But in the past couple of weeks, it's not in a bear market from where it was in the beginning of this month. Either way, guys, it's down about 10% from the recent high. And what we're noticing is, well, it is pretty oversold, right? We're under the moving averages. We're noticing a death cross, which isn't the best sign for the bulls, which means, the 50 SMA is crossing under the 180 SMA. Not the best sign, but we are pretty beaten down, and we're still technically holding this uptrending channel, as you guys can see here on the 4-hour chart. So if buyers come in on Nike at about 115, 18, 120 bucks, you can make a case that this could see a bit of a relief rally, kind of like what we saw in the beginning of, when was that? On the 10th? Was that last week? The week before that? Whatever week that was, guys, we saw a relief rally on Nike from about 120 up to roughly 127 as it got pretty oversold at that point. And now we took that low out from the 10th of February. That was at 120. We clearly took that out. We hit 117 last week. We're now oversold again. So maybe we get a similar relief rally on Nike here off of the bottom of this uptrending channel. Maybe that happens this upcoming week. Time will tell, guys. So that's stock number one. Stock number two is SoFi. Let me pull it up. You guys probably remember SoFi went ballistic after they reported earnings. When was that? In the beginning of the month? Let me double check. They reported earnings, and the stock ended up going crazy. That was actually at the end of January. You can see the stock went from about $5.80 all the way up to about $8.25. Unbelievable move. And, it didn't take a rocket scientist to tell you it was overbought. It needed a pullback. In fact, I was telling you that. A couple weeks ago when it shot up. I was like, be patient, guys. Don't get FOMO. Don't get too excited. And lo and behold, here we are. We're down about $2 from that point. In other words, 23%. Now, SoFi is in a bear market, in the past couple weeks. And of course, if we're looking at where it was in the bubble, it is well in a bear market. I mean, this stock was at $28. Now it's at what? 6. It's down 80%. So yeah, it's beyond a bear market, guys. This stock is in a depression. I mean, if we're looking at where it was back then, it's in a depression. But again, looking at it here in the past couple of weeks, it's gotten itself in yet again another bear market within the overall bear market, right? So at this point, I'm not really interested in SoFi as a long-term investment, but as a trade here, as it's very oversold, right above, the 180 SMA. Maybe we could catch something here. Maybe we can get some sort of relief rally off of, 650 on SoFi. And granted, guys, that was resistance back in the end of October, early November, also in the middle of November. So if we do get buying pressure coming in here, that makes sense to me. That makes sense, but we're not getting it yet. That's the reality of the matter, guys. We're not getting it yet. If I pull up the 20-day chart, we arguably have a descending triangle, which is not the best sign for the bulls. That goes to show if it breaks under 6, it could actually break down fairly quickly at that point. But we're not under 6 yet, guys. We're not under 6. So bulls have a fighting chance here, especially if they start to take out, this 180 SMA on the 20-day chart. We start to break out of this overall downtrend, which time will tell. Time will tell. I'm keeping a very close eye on SoFi here moving forward, guys, into, March and beyond. Also, Netflix. Netflix is one that got very overbought, you could argue, when it got to 380. Now it's pretty oversold. It got beaten down the past couple weeks. It's down about, this one might be in a bear market, actually, in just the past couple weeks. Actually, no, it's not. It's down 16% from the recent high, almost in a bear market. And you guys can see it is holding trend quite beautifully, actually. Look at that. We're holding the uptrend that we've held the past couple of months. And as of now, even though it's under the moving averages, we have to look at this as potentially a buy the dip opportunity. That's if we start to get the confirmation of that, of buyers coming in, which quite frankly, we're not getting that right now. But if we do start to get a pop over, let's say 320, 325, maybe we start taking the highs out from, let's see here. When was that? The end of October into December. If we start taking those highs out, which were right around 320, 325, that's where a reversal could really start to come about. But we're not there yet. So I set my alert at 325. We'll see what it ends up doing from that point. And if we do crack above, let's say 325, 330, we could be getting ready for that next leg up, that next, move, maybe back towards the recent highs. And of course, a lot of this has to do with the overall market, with Netflix being a large cap. And, there's a lot of inflation worries now, again, guys, that's back in the markets. PC came in hot, CPI came in a little hot. So if we do continue to see that the overall markets sell off, that's going to have an impact on the large caps, obviously, as they're more tied in with the overall markets. So keep that in mind. But if we do get a spike in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ next couple of weeks, maybe once we get more, word from the FOMC, Jerome Powell, maybe that's going to, cause a move here on the large caps, and Netflix being one of the large caps. We also have Foot Locker that I'm looking at, which I don't know, you wouldn't consider Foot Locker a large cap, but it is a stock chart that looks pretty good in my opinion. We got the ascending triangle that played out a couple weeks ago, which, not to toot my own horn, did I not call that out? We called that out here on the channel multiple times. That played out. We hit 40. We broke above 40, got all the way to $47. Now we're starting to see that pullback, which does not surprise me. It got pretty overbought at 47. Now we're starting to come back down, and we're going to test $40. We're almost there now, guys, which $40 was resistance for quite some time. From the middle of August all throughout the end of January until we broke out of that. So that's where we're going to test now. Probably this upcoming week, 40, 41, 42. And if we do get buying pressure here on Foot Locker, get ready for round two, guys. That's all I got to say. This could end up bouncing and maybe seeing a big move off of that point. So the last stock for the video, guys, actually, before we even get into the last stock, if you haven't gotten your free stocks from Moomoo, they're doing a new promo now, up to 17 stocks, each up to $2,000. If you guys want some free money, who doesn't like free money? Use that link in the bio, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo, and all the details are there. You can get up to 17 stocks, again, each up to $2,000. And of course, it helps out the channel, guys. I appreciate you all, as always. Now, on to the last stock for the video, guys. Drum roll, please. It is Roblox, which they reported numbers, pretty decent numbers at that, and the stock went ballistic. I think it was up 25% at one point. And actually, it might have been up 30%. Either way, it was up a lot after earnings, and this is one that I told you guys, be patient, don't FOMO. It's likely to pull back, and here we are. It's pulled back, from 45 down to 36. It is down 20%, pretty much right on the cusp of a bear market, and we can see we're right above the 180 SMA right now. We're technically, even though the chart does not look that pretty, I'm going to be honest, guys, does not look, out of all these stocks, this one's probably the ugliest looking chart. But there's no denying the fact that we're above the 180 SMA. We're holding a higher low. The previous low was right before earnings where it was at $34. Now we're at $37. We're holding that point. And, we're on the brinks of a potential pop. We just have to wait and see if we get it. We're on the verge of that. If we pop up the 10-day, you guys are going to see that we're still technically in this little mini downtrend. Lower highs have been made the past couple of days, but if we're able to break out of, let's say, $39, which is right by the 10-day, 30-minute 180 SMA, that could be a sign of a reversal coming on Roblox. So a lot of these stocks, guys, all of these stocks, we have to be patient as they're all oversold, but we have to be patient in terms of waiting for the actual reversal. I'm not getting too excited. I'm not loading the boat on all these as trades quite yet, but I'm watching them. I'm waiting for the confirmation, and that's what I feel like everybody out there should be doing. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Feel free to subscribe. Get your free stocks from Moomoo and from Webull in my bio. Also, if you guys want to check out the Patreon, if you want to see my Patreon portfolio, charts throughout the day, Discord access, all of that's on Patreon. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.